to its most dangerous form thanks to this man.
Solo Sikoa, a man who never walks alone.
He's evolved from a street champion to an enforcer to a brutal leader.
You're right, Cole. The scariest part about it is Solo is still constantly evolving.
Man, that is a terrifying thought, Corey.
Sami Zayn is here,
and he is all fired up.
And from Montreal, Quebec, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
So many titles and main events for Sami Zayn, all due to his unique offensive arsenal.
Sami's capable of incredible punishing strikes, but he also has a relentless attitude.
That is why Sami has accomplished so much in his career. It's a major test tonight, facing the street champion.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the stipulations tonight. This guy needs to prepare for a street fight against Solo Sikoa.
And we're officially underway. Solo Sikoa, his mission is clear from his actions. Eliminate his adversaries one by one. That's how he became the street champion on the island in the first place, and that's how he plans to dominate here in WWE.
And Sami Zayn is always ready to prove, while it doesn't get much better than him from belt to belt. You can keep calling him an underdog, but Sami's made a habit of proving why he's truly a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you can never count Sami out, and it's even harder to keep him down.
Sent right into the corner.
Zayn able to adapt. Boom! Read that one.
What a display here. Counters on both sides.
And Corey, what's the game plan got to be against Solo Sikoa? Solo doesn't exactly make it easy for anyone to get things going against him.
Yeah, Cole, which is why you need to stay tough. Stay diligent. Be downright defiant if you have to. You can frustrate Solo with your refusal to back down or give up. And a frustrated Solo
the clothesline. Turn around. Big combination here. What a move. And he gets his shoulder up before the count.
That pin attempt might have been a tad premature.
He answers right back. Uh-oh. Range down an elbow in retaliation. Great adjustment into the crossbody.
He's still reeling, and more punishment is incoming. Sikoa,
Spinning solo by Sikoa.
so much malice and vitriol behind that attack from Solo.
Swinging the elbow to halt the offense. Unbelievable athleticism. Sometimes you just gotta show off and show out.
Submission time. And the one providing a bit of safety here.
Right where he wants him.
Eats a punch to the face.
Nice kick. Great elevation.
Each athlete finding an answer for everything thrown at them.
Taking his way to the top here.
Lift off.
And Zayn looking a bit worse for wear after being on the receiving end of that offense.
Yeah, you can see the physical cost in this match.
And Sikoa gets warded off.
Nasty work by Zayn.
No doubt, Sami just ended this. Makes the cover. He kicks out somehow.
I thought for sure this thing was wrapped up.
Well, stay in your seat. Looks like we've got a ways to go yet.
And Zayn is losing his mind right now.
Constant barrage from each of these competitors. Almost a fabulous amount of punishment has been dealt.
It's got to be concerning. Clearly, neither man is worried about their well-being. Here we go. Time to work out some aggression. Neither one giving up any ground.
Looking to go up high.
Does not finish Sami off.
Zayn is bleeding.
The WWE Universe can't believe what these warriors are doing to one another.
Everyone's fired up. What a battle. Front face lock applied. It's about to get more painful. High across the top rope.
A continuous rush on Sami Zayn here.
Sami has to wake up and ignore any distractions. Senton connects.
Sikoa is going to top.
From the top.
He wastes no time dodging the attack.
Unbelievable athleticism.
Look at this, just unloading. And a stop to the gut, too.
Clutch.
Gonna break.
Camel clutch. Great way to break it.
Look what we have here. He has no idea what's coming his way.
And that was a hell of a DDT there. He's heading to the top turnbuckle.
Guys, look at the eyes. This could be a pre-up high. Nobody home.
Looks like he needs to get something off his chest here. The champ is in a foul mood, and we're about to find out why.
The champ throws down the gauntlet.
But will his challenge be...
How does anyone ignore a challenge from the champion?
You can't be happy about being ignored like this. The champ is not used to this kind of treatment.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
Bella Army, mount up.
It is time to get fearless.
Nikki Bella has dominated the women's division. Reality TV world, the podcast game.
Well, she succeeds at whatever she puts her mind to.
Hard work and determination. Personified.
She is a heavy hitter, a powerhouse, and a cunning strategist.
Works hard to become the best. Become a top competitor in the women's division. One of the most courageous women on the planet. Embodiment of fearless.
Came back from career-threatening injuries and didn't even skip a beat.
Through the smoke, the Dark Angel arrives.
Descending upon the WWE Universe. Sami Vaquer is used to being the first from her Chilean heritage in this sport. The championship wins around the world.
Vaquer leaves quite the impression every time she comes out to wrestle. She's already captured the NXT North American Championship mere months after her NXT debut. Vaquer's talent and pedigree are undeniable.
Well, at this point, Stephanie's used to success in championships, and now she's searching for that glory on the biggest stage there is, WWE.
Introducing the challenger from Scottsdale, Arizona, Nikki.
This is what these competitors have worked so hard for. The Women's World Championship in the balance.
The Women's World Championship on the line here in this matchup.
Whoever wins this one, no doubt, we're looking at the unequivocal top dog of the women's division.
Without a doubt, Corey, the top prize in the division up for grabs.
Finds the switch and is able to gain control of the headlock. Moving out of the hold and now able to lean into a headlock. Chaining it into the top wrist lock.
Looking to turn this around, and there it is, into a headlock. Turn things around to the waistlock from behind.
And there's a takedown. Stephanie looking to embarrass her opponent.
Big down low, all tied up. Is this enough to do it?
She kicks out before one.
She's trying to get this thing done as quickly as possible.
And they tie up with a collar and elbow. Driving them toward the ropes, looking to keep some control. And an answer from her. Oh, man, what a strong kick.
On track. Burying knees into the body.
The champ just striking at will. Merciless display towards the challenger.
The challenger unable to stay on the box. The champ is pinned. We want a new champion here. She's quick to get her shoulder up.
Not even a near fall there.
Full-on smash. And you have to admit, guys, it can't be an easy task facing off against a superstar like Nikki Bella.
That's true, Cole, which is why you have to come in with a game plan ahead of time if you want to have a chance against her. You can't just go with the flow and figure out what's going on. You have to be smart, too, if you're going to really try and step up to the plate against Nikki.
She's making the climb to the top rope.
She wants to seize the moment now, waiting on her opponent.
Lift off.
Landed, soaring through the sky and crashing onto their opponent.
And she slides her back to the mat.
Getting to her feet, stumbling into the lion's den. Whoa, just floating through the air.
Oh, for the title!
And the champ only gets a count of one.
Impressive to not even allow a 2 count at this juncture.
Oh, what a response.
Forearm to the face. Oh, nothing fancy about that.
And a slap, too.
I think rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage.
Uh-oh, she has trouble coming. Not going to be easy to get...
Can she counter? Yes, she does. But has the damage been done? Nikki with a belly buster.
Looks like she's
For the title. New champ. She kicks out with force.
getting that shoulder up now is huge.
Stephanie's locked in the crosshairs now.
Stephanie with the counter. Oh, this is going to be unique. Head scissors. Now slamming their face into the mat. Look at that go. Vaquer taking it to the top rope.
That's insane!
Oh, she missed.
Nikki never saw that coming. is going to be unique. Head scissors, now slamming their face into the mat. Look at them go. Planning something big here. That's insane!
Ashante sauntering to the ring, looking very confident, even looking a little arrogant. Ashante's about to show off for the whole WWE Universe. Here he is with the open challenge. Who's going to step up? WWE Universe, it is time to say your prayers.
And his opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Solo and Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
To say Jacob Fatu has made an immediate impact would be kind of an understatement, guys.
Well, Fatu's first WWE match was the main event of Money in the Bank, where he helped the New Bloodline beat Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that wasn't impressive enough, Corey. He won a tag team title opportunity in his second match, which led to championship gold in just his third WWE match.
And I predict there will be many more main events and title wins for this man.
There is nothing but pure hatred in his eyes.
What are you talking about, Saxton? Jacob Fatu loves Solo. He says it all the time.
Because Solo wants destruction. Jacob is more than happy to deliver it. The fight is on with Jacob Fatu, and this beast is as bloodthirsty as they come. When the Samoan Werewolf flies in, you can't do a damn thing about it.
Just seeing this guy makes me fear for my safety. Jacob Fatu tears people apart like he's possessed.
There's no doubt that Fatu is a dangerous man. He's unhinged, and right now the Samoan Werewolf looks ready to feast. This is going to be a massacre.
In the other corner is a man who could spend all day talking about his swag, but now it's time to see if Ashante the Adonis can back it up.
Everyone needs to hit pause and get a good look at pro wrestling's next top attraction. Ashante the Adonis has put everyone on notice.
Jacob Fatu feeding off the crowd, feeding off their energy. Locking up.
All the momentum's against Adonis now.
Jacob Fatu is determined right now.
Jacob Fatu sending a clear message here.
Counter. He knew just what to do. Strong counter from Adonis.
Arm wringer. Ooh, what? Wasn't expecting that. Down with the Samoan drop.
Corey, what's the game plan got to be against a superstar like Ashante the Adonis? You know, someone who's definitely been called incessant a time or two by his peers.
The best course of action is to just treat Ashante like the nuisance that he is. Throw him around, stomp on him. Basically, you have to be even more incessant than Ashante, just in a truly dominant fashion.
That didn't go Ashante's way.
Until they get punched in the mouth. Well, someone just threw their plan out the window. Goes into the corner.
Repeated headbutts.
Bludgeoning their opponent. Just never had a chance to block any of those. Oh, goodness! Wasn't expecting a kick to the face.
The rope.
A powerbomb like that will leave you with bruises and remind you of this moment for days. Oh, fought back with an elbow right to the jaw.
Big tackle.
Just a perfect mix of pure power and bad intentions.
Take off.
Goodness, real athleticism from Jacob Fatu. Did Jacob Fatu get enough of it?
Oh, he kicked out.
He's taking some serious hurt, but somehow he's still in this.
I think he managed that kick out on pure instinct alone.
Anything possible. He's done to win there, but it just fell short. Legs caught. Legs trapped.
What's next?
Oh, power, thunderous powerbomb.
Climbing up those ropes now.
We're going to finish it off.
Bomb! Jacob Fatu taking the upper hand in a big way.
And this is how you have to treat Ashante, like an absolute nuisance.
Samoan drop. Looking for the victory. 2.
I guess he doesn't think he's done enough damage to put this one away yet. And into the corner he goes.
Oh my, sent flying.
Kick to the gut. Sent to the ropes.
All the momentum's against Adonis now.
Alarms must be going off in Adonis' head now.
We're going to finish it off.
Jacob Fatu taking flight. Unreal athleticism from Jacob Fatu. Ashante's in dire straits. Finally gets a win.
Here's your winner,
They were able to overcome the odds, finally snapping that losing streak.
This win might be the most important in their career.
And it's definitely restored some of their confidence. Little Miss Bliss has returned.
And she's just as frightening as ever.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
It is so great to see Alexa Bliss back, even if she still creeps me out a bit.
I normally joke, but you're onto something. Lily's creepier than ever.
And let's not forget her mysterious ties with the Wyatt Six. Still nearly 2 years away from WWE, but the WWE Universe has welcomed her back with open arms.
Because you never know what's going to happen when the gates open to Alexa's playground.
Here comes a very mysterious superstar.
You say mysterious, I say bizarre and unstable. Tatum Paxley had a bit of a rough start. She was rejected by Diamond Mine and then took a strange turn.
No doubt various fixations, whether it's on championship gold or certain superstars, or her doll collection.
Yeah, she's not meeting the strange allegations. You cannot overlook Alexa's diminutive stature. Little Miss Bliss packs quite a punch.
There's the bell, and the spirited Tatum Paxley is set for singles action. Tatum Paxley, oh, that's wild. This could pick up the win here.
Quick kick out from Alexa Bliss. She still has her expelling unnecessary energy with that attempt.
And they tie up with a collar and elbow.
Transitions into a side headlock. Finding a way out to get the top wrist lock here.
Able to shift out of the hold here to gain control. Being brought down and now applying the chin lock.
Switching it up for the hammerlock.
Loses the grip and gets pulled into an armbar.
Solid punch. All tied up now.
Turn things around to the waistlock football.
Turns it around with a chin lock.
back at it.
Driving the arm. STO. Alexa Bliss in position. Ooh.
Here's the cover.
Could be it.
Stops the red count before 2.
She likely knew that wasn't enough. She's just keeping the pressure on.
A little less mind games than we're used to seeing from Alexa Bliss. Does that take away her biggest advantage in the ring?
Surprisingly, I'd say no. Alexa was always more scrappy than cerebral, so I think she could keep leaning into that aggression. Remember, the 5 Feet of Fury was winning championships way before Lily entered the picture.
All 5 feet. She can end this thing right here. And she's not done yet.
Still no end in sight here.
Ouch. One step ahead there.
Tatum Paxley's pushing back now.
The U-turn Tatum needed in this match could have been that right there.
Her legs are wobbling, but that's the least of her problems.
Taking off from the ropes. The damage is starting to affect her. Finds a counter for Paxley. Bang! Right in the face.
Goes down low, and DDT.
Turns it into a pin attempt. Gets the shoulder up after 1.
She's still in this one.
With a drop kick.
Check this out.
Oh, but effective. Oh, drop kick. In the hard way.
I'll just leave it at this. Nobody comes into a match hoping to get chucked around like that.
And 2 from the goddess with insult to injury.
Oh, check this out. What DDT.
Good night. Hazardous situation for Paxley.
Picked up the victory.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
A look at the beat all over Tatum Paxley's face.
And I'm sure this loss won't awaken anything in Tatum Paxley that'll send her off into an obsessive spiral.
I hope that was sarcasm, Saxton. WWE Universe, acknowledge them.
You are looking at a new, more vicious bloodline.
And nobody is safe from their rage.
Somehow this rogue bloodline is even more lethal than its predecessor.
Such ruthless tactics and total lack of mercy to the victims. These men are out to hurt somebody every time they get in the ring.
You know, I've heard that Solar actually hands out a bonus to the group if someone ends up in the hospital. It's time to put your ones up for the true bloodline.
Don't have to acknowledge them, but you have to respect them. They're brutal winner-take-all mindset.
Well, nothing can dissuade these men from the path of destruction that they're on.
Of course, the title is on the line in this one, guys.
And don't be surprised if history is made here tonight. I know the champ has looked good as of late, but I'd say the opposition has looked just as good, if not better.
Byron, is tonight the night he finally proves he's the better superstar?
It could be, Michael. I know he's been telling some of the guys in the locker room that he's fed up. So yeah, he could very well be looking to end this rivalry right here tonight.
The following is a tag team match for one fall. It is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 439 pounds. Tamatanga and Tatum, and their opponents. Combined weight of 493 pounds. The World Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Here we go, gentlemen. The tag team titles are up for grabs. Final preparations between partners before the action begins.
This one's for the World Tag Team Championship, and it will be decided in this good old tag team matchup. We're in for a real treat. Tamatanga and Congo Low. And also Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso.
The champions fought so hard to earn those titles, and now they're going to have to fight even harder to retain them.
Teamwork brought them to the top of the tag division, and it's going to keep them there, too.
Taking things to the top rope. Ooh, Jimmy manages to blast off. Forearm smash.
Looking to seal the deal, guys.
Kick out at one for the challenger.
So resilient. Ouch.
Takedown. And now punches right.
Brutality.
The champ isn't backing off, bringing the lightning and thunder with every single strike. Tag made. Here we go. Big back body drop. Oof.
Nasty right hand. Vicious enziguri.
Oh, caught by the back elbow. Big impact off the leg drop.
Battering them with repeated clotheslines in the corner.
Battering clotheslines.
Fist directly to the gut.
Tags his teammate in.
And he makes the tag.
Watch out, coming in hot.
Boom! What an uppercut. Well-timed counter on Tamatanga. protect the challenger.
Very effective. Tendons and ligaments in the leg can be easily damaged by that. Ooh! Ooh, bullseye! Big right hand from main event. And Jey Uso having a little fun with another. Ouch. Pass him in the corner, thinking of the next move. Taking any damage.
Face buster plants him. A consistent attack.
He's got to find a way to defend himself. Tagged into the action. Way to avoid that. A chain of reversals here. Every motion getting cut off. Teamwork making the dream work right here with that display.
Oh, what a quick answer.
And Tom evades that. Put in the corner now.
Sending their opponent across the ring. Shotgun drop kick. Going to the top rope. What's his plan? From the top. Elbow drop. Good lord.
The champion taking the high-risk option to retain the title. Looking for a belly-to-back suplex.
Back suplex into the neck breaker.
Tag is made. This could be the beginning of the end. Jimmy and Jey lining it up. Here it comes. 1, 2, 1 and down. Chance to retain here. The champ might have put this one to bed. Nasty right hand.
It's a guy to the floor. Across the back of the neck.
Tom making it loud and clear for his opponent tonight. Going for the win. Not letting up. This is going to come down. High risk cross body. What a display of fearlessness we just witnessed. That's the kind of attitude you need to take. Sky high. The champion knows from where. Yeah, Tom came prepared for this matchup. Bodies must be riding in the rain right now. New champion coming.
Strong kick out from the resilient champion.
What stamina. It's truly Tom executing a vicious tongue twist. Total title change.
Kick out, the champion stays alive.
That was a matter of a fraction of a second.
I can't tell if it's anger in the eyes of the fact that he hasn't finished this, or the disbelief that his opponent is still in this.
He manages to slip out of the way. That's the setup.
Here's the tag.
Here it comes.
This one's over.
Did the champ just close this out? Boom! This might be it. And the tag titles stay put.
Here are your winners, and still World Tag Team
wrestling gods have truly blessed this union. I fully expect to see more showings like this going forward from this duo.
The WWE Universe is on its feet for the American Nightmare.
Despite knowing that he's got a huge target on his back, Cody is still pumped up. Oh, Byron, that's because Rhodes is extremely comfortable taking heavy fire. Cody Rhodes has endured so much, but it's made him a better competitor. Rhodes has overcome challenges. He finished the story of a lifetime, and he won the undisputed WWE Championship.
But Cody has never lost sight of what's important.
We all have experienced the evolution of Cody Rhodes, from undesirable to undeniable to champion.
You can feel the adrenaline going through his soul. Cody is ready to fight. You can't allow Drew McIntyre to rip him from his comfort zone. He can't do that.
Now, this superstar's got to remember who he is and what brought him to the dance. From chosen one to number one. A man who has slain every competitor on his way to reach the mountaintop in WWE. McIntyre's has been a journey of redemption, of making up for lost time. Drew has taken titles and main events by force.
Supreme confidence on the face of the Scottish Warrior.
A man who is ready for battle.
And we know Cody has adrenaline coursing through his veins, giving rise to the power that is the American Nightmare.
Rhodes is writing new chapters for his family's legacy, and before it's all said and done, Cody could become the icon of the Rhodes family.
Cody can quicken the pace, wrestle you to the mat, or let the fist fly anytime he chooses, thanks to some Texas outlaw in his blood.
And then there's Drew McIntyre, who's transformed from a warrior to a straight-up monster. Drew looks ready to beat the daylights out of his opponent. McIntyre is standing in that corner with a frightening intensity, and it's only going to get worse. Ooh. Able to shift out of this and into a hammerlock. Trying to find a way out and does so into a headlock. Turns it around and gains control with the wrist lock. working their way out and wrenching into a side headlock.
Delicious power slam. Hit hard and straight into the pin. A kick out after one.
Still too fresh to stay down.
In the corner, has to find a way out of there.
Clothesline in the corner. Bulldog!
Rhodes to the top. Uh-oh. Way too
This could do it.
2 count. Manages to escape before the 3 count.
Not yet.
The sheer rage boiling inside Drew McIntyre at all times can be a potent tool in the ring. Is that what gets him the win here, Corey?
It could be, but Drew also needs to be careful and keep that rage in check. There's a fine line between using your anger to put some extra ferocity behind your offense and completely losing control and entering a berserk rage.
Oh, big knee to the midsection. He really felt the impact on that one.
Got him in the corner now.
Clothesline in the corner.
Headlock applied and a nice short jab to the bridge of the nose. Oh, that hurt right to the kidney. Golly. Oh! Oh, shot right to the kidney.
More than fired up right now.
Placed against the turnbuckles.
Oh, uncorked a big punch.
He even put through the ringer tonight.
Yeah, but at this point, it's still anyone's game. Will Drew close this out? Cover!
That was close.
The never-ending fight in Cody Rhodes, absolutely undeniable right now.
And now McIntyre's at a loss as his mind races to rethink his attack.
Oh, this is not going to be pretty. Oh, no. The inverted Alabama slam. Being sized up, you might regret getting back up
To the sky. And one.
McIntyre goes into the cover. This could do it. And referee cuts off the count at 1.
Not quite enough to put him away. Both arms captured and vitriolic stomps.
the stomp in every single part of his body.
McIntyre now with an unrelenting attack.
McIntyre is doing a great job keeping his rage in check here, attacking ferociously without entering a blind fury. Big time move from the American Nightmare.
McIntyre staggering.
Cody Rhodes hooks his away. Nails the crossroads. Drew is completely out of it.
2. He kicked out at 2.
The Scottish Warrior refusing to lay down his sword just yet, but you have to think that took a lot out of him.
Rhodes hopes for victory dash for the time being, but you know he won't settle for long. Saw it coming and counters it.
Haymaker after haymaker. Hockey fight's just broken up. Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe. Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavyweights.
No one lost between these superstars right now, really trying to prove who the better man truly is.
This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders. WWE
lose focus, though. He's got to remain as sharp as he was a few moments ago.
Way up and down hard.
No doubt Cody is having trouble here.
Drew is looking thrilled with the beating he's putting on.
Off the rope. Misses the target. Oh, back to the elbow. And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with his hold.
Targeting the shoulder with the claw. It's locked.
Escape and a takedown. The American Nightmare playing those mind games, goading the competition.
Oof. That'll teach him not to showboat in the middle of a match. And that might be the start of the momentum swing Cody needed.
But Cody has to push now while the window's open.
Might be going high risk here.
Hold on. He's just measuring him now.
Look out! Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up. I didn't think we'd see a kick out there.
These two going strike for strike, it seems.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
The W.
I think we know what's coming up next.
But Cody's not done yet.
A third time.
Crossroads. Will that be the deciding factor?
2 count. That's it. The blood and sweat put into this match, well worth it.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare,
Cody Rhodes finding success in this one.
Drew could not seize control of this match. This is not what McIntyre expected.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
WWE Universe bow before the ruler.
Sir, yes, sir. Oba Femi is an absolute powerhouse.
The holder of the longest NXT North American title reign at 272 days.
Which I might add, Oba won in his 10th match. Not his 10th match in WWE, his 10th match ever.
Honestly, looks custom built for this business.
Thus far, Oba's proven to be nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, I agree, Corey. He has brushed obstacles aside and continues to establish himself as a major force in this industry. Here comes one of the greatest in history, CM Punk. is as determined as ever and wants to prove that he is indeed the best in the world.
Punk has battled through injury and taken on the toughest opponent since his return.
On the mic, in the ring, Punk has not lost a single step. In fact, he might be even better than ever. Looks ready to do what he does best.
Introducing the challenger. From Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds. The World Heavyweight Champion,
Those watching at home, freeze this moment in time, because everything's about to change in just a few seconds.
A championship match like this tends to do such things. These superstars know that only high-level performers get this spotlight.
The World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs in this matchup. Who will end tonight as the champion? Who will come out on top?
Losing some ground, getting their back against the ropes. Locking out with the collar and elbow.
Getting out and now walking in the side headlock. With the suplex.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
Stomping away. Getting to his feet, but he doesn't know what's waiting.
Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable. He's headed up high.
Taking his time, preparing to attack. From the top.
That catch is overlooking.
I guess we have a pretty good idea of what the champ thinks of the challenger.
Nice job dodging contact there.
Tackles ruthless.
Steered away there. Coach with a clothesline.
CM Punk is a highly skilled and motivated competitor, but he's not the most powerful guy in the locker room. Is that Punk's weakest point, Corey?
It's certainly an appealing target. If you can get the power advantage over Punk and just grind him down with massive attacks, he's not going to have an easy time answering you. Overwhelming Punk and making this a very physical match would be a good strategy.
Right to the shoulder. The champ has absorbed some damage.
Oh, but possibly testing the limits of his opposition.
Out of early cover for the title. Raising the arm before one.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
This is not going to end well. Exploder!
What a way to get out of that one.
Punk showing how much punishment he can withstand before getting his own offense in.
Maybe Punk's found a new source of aggression to battle back with.
That was one way for the champion to send a message. Will there be a response in kind?
All the way up. Back just a barrage of elbow drops into the chest.
Unleashing a barrage on their opponent.
Momentum's with over now.
It's got to be hard to be CM Punk right now.
Dominating shoulder tackle. He's slow to get up and unaware of the massive target on his back.
Gets lifted into position. Second face on that one. That last attack really took a toll on the champ.
Yeah, but you know this one is still up in the air.
No respect from the champion shown there. Hammerlock now. Turns it into a pin attempt. Stops the count before it, too.
He's not even close to being done yet. Ooh, saw it coming and hit him with a shot to the face. Just nailed.
There's the pin for the championship. Kicks out before the 2 count.
If that won't beat him, I'm not sure anything will. Oba, ready to end things. Pops up there.
With the fall from grace.
The challenger comes up big. He knew it was not going to be an easy task to put the champion away, and that's being proven right now.
More like the champions proving that sooner perish than lose their title. That move has brought victory before, but not on this occasion. Might be time to think outside the box. Strong counter from Punk. Manages to reverse.
Using the elbow to escape the attack.
Oh, did you hear that? Oh, elbow right to the breadbasket for their troubles. That was a strong kick. Punk scaling the turnbuckles. Top rope.
Crash landed. Crashed and burned on the outside.
The worst case scenario when you go high risk.
From the opposition.
Hold on a second. What is happening?
Call the ambulance.
The champ struggling to fight back.
Yeah, he's just running on fumes now. Incoming.
Oh, no. Big pays for it.
That misstep could have cost them this match entirely.
A hard landing for sure.
Chop block without warning.
Whip back into the ring.
Waiting for him to get back on his feet so he can strike. Check out the springboard.
Springboard. Clothesline. Taking things to the top rope.
Punk out of harm's way.
Running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
Boom. What an uppercut.
Making his way to the top here.
Oh, look out.
And back elbow creates separation.
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
GTS from Punk.
This must be it. The champ might keep it here.
He kicks out somehow.
I don't believe it. How did the challengers survive that?
By the skin of their teeth. And don't expect...
Punk from up high. Dropping the elbow. A little cockiness here from Punk. He might be getting up, but it doesn't look like it will be for long.
Oh, this should be it. Punk with his opponent up.
The champ might have just ended things right there.
Immediate cover after the impact.
Here is your winner, and still the world heavyweight champion,
everyone to know this is his title.